Hello, so I've commandeered Cameron's phone. I'm going to talk a little bit about the dash cam that we picked up from Target. So I picked up don't know if you remember what I put in my truck. There's a Matco tool guy that comes through to work once a week, and he happened to have a dash cam. And dash cams are kind of important for liability issues because people are idiots when they drive. What's up? You stop it. Sorry, there was a diaper that needed to be attended to. Need to talk up. I'm getting directions from Cameron on the other side of the phone. So a few weeks ago, or further than that, like maybe a month ago by this point, I had picked up that dash cam from Matco. It's actually a Matco brand dash cam. The advantages to that one, it's a 1080p. It has a lithium-ion battery and can actually record video and take pictures, and it can be unplugged from a power source for about half an hour of battery life. So in case there's a collision, or if you're wanting to get out of your vehicle and just record and not use your phone, you can use that little guy. And the retail price on that was about 80 bucks. There was special circumstances for my particular application for that one, for pricing. And so we were at Target, and I asked an associate about if they had dash cams, and there was the more GPS related, probably $180, $200 ones, but then they had these entry level ones, and I'm pretty sure you guys saw this one before. It's Roav, never heard of it, but the price on the one that we already have, I think, was 30 bucks. And so I was like, oh, 30 bucks, not bad. So we picked it up. The reason it was cheaper is because it doesn't have an internal battery that lasts for more than a minute. So you cannot take it out of the vehicle, and it also does not do pictures. All it does is record. But I noticed with that one that it actually, even though it's also recording in 1080p, it seems like it's a higher quality, but it's also a screen that's twice the size. This one, I gotta help her. Let's see. What's up?
After about a minute and a half, you need to stop and record.
No. Ha 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 ha. What's up? You can help? I used to be able to do raspberries, and I was just... Anyhow. So both of the dash cams came with a 8 gig memory card. The drawback to the Matco... I'm sweating, it's kind of warm in the kitchen. The drawback to the Matco dash cam, it's got, I think, a 1.5 inch screen. The buttons have print on them, so you have to kind of remember what the buttons do. It doesn't show on the actual display what the buttons do like some other things do. So each button only has its one function for the most part. The screen's smaller, it's the 1.5 inch screen, and the maximum card you can put in it is a 32 gig. And both cameras did come with an 8 gig card in them when you purchased them. The cool thing about this Roav one is it actually does take a maximum 128 gig card. So we picked one of those up for, I don't know, like 20 bucks or something like that. Could have been less. It was on sale. And it does meet the class 10 yada yada rating. So we've already got some, I guess you could say, field testing with the Roav camera, and they had 2 of them. They had 2 of them. We picked up the first one, and then we went back a few days ago, and we noticed that the remaining camera was knocked down some more. So it was 18 bucks. I don't know if you can see that with the glare. Anyhow, 18 bucks. So picked it up. Why not? It's I would say it's better to have a low quality dash cam than nothing, in the event of, weird stuff you can't explain, or some jerk cutting you off, or any of that stuff. Something else that would have been cool a few years ago, if we had 1 or 2 dash cams. Cameron and I were coming back from San Diego, and we were in the mountains, and that's a place that I used to go really fast in my Z car, and I just happened to catch the headlights of, they were probably about a half-mile back, and they passed us in no time, but it was a Lamborghini Aventador, a Ferrari 458, and a Nissan GTR, and they zipped by. We were going probably 70, and it looked like we were standing still. They could have been doing $150. So we were in the, where were we in? Not the Aviator.
We were in your truck, I think.
Oh yeah, we could have been in the truck, but having a dash cam, something, but having the dash cam in instances like those are pretty cool, because you get to just see these guys zip on by. You know, now that I've got a Class A and a family, I'm not so inclined to going excess speeds anymore. Getting older and more responsible. Bummer. But at least with the new addition to the family that'll be coming, I'll be able to take it to the racetrack, because it is got some race heritage.
Oh my goodness.
Cameron had a good point. The new addition for me is the GTR, not so much the kid number 2. But yeah, if anyone's interested, if you do some research, they actually, when they came out in the late 80s, the cars never ever came to America, which is why people haven't, unless you've played Gran Turismo on PlayStation or seen any of the Fast and Furious movies, you might be living under a rock if you're not into vehicles. But what I'm buying, when it came out, raced in Australia, and they nicknamed it Godzilla because it was so, they couldn't touch it. It was so quick. No one could beat it. And so I'm actually buying a car that the previous owners put a bunch of race parts on, so there's a good chance I'm getting maybe like $15,000 worth of upgrades that are costing me not a penny extra. So I'm super excited. All the big upgrades that I never got around to doing on my Z car, like suspension and brakes, all the super hardcore track related stuff that was way out of my price range, this car is coming with it, and I don't know how I lucked out with getting something with, you know, race parts like I did. But anyhow, so I'm gonna go ahead and unbox the camera and show you guys what it looks like. One of the other things that I didn't mention about this Roav camera, with the Matco one that I have, it's got the SD card. The only way to get information off of the camera is to pull out the SD card, and they all use micro SD cards, so you got to use the adapter and plug it into your laptop. The kind of neat part, it gives you a little more versatility with this Roav. It's actually got an app that you can download on your phone, and you have a way of, it has nothing to do with your house Wi-Fi, but you can Wi-Fi connect from the phone to the camera directly, and the camera will not be recording. It can't record while it's Wi-Fi connected to your phone, but you can download all the info and videos and whatnot off of the camera via Wi-Fi. It is a little bit on the slow side. It's, you know, it took several minutes to do like probably a minute or 2, maybe 3 at the most, to do a 5-minute video to Wi-Fi. I didn't pull the SD card out of the other camera, the other Roav camera, and just plug it in. But the neat part is you end up Wi-Fi downloading into the app, and then when you're done with that, you can watch it or transfer it to your phone, and that's pretty much instant. So it's pretty neat. I like it. It seems like a decent feature. It's got Hold on a second.
2.
I peeled the little protective film. So this one, as you can see, has 4 buttons, and with this camera, the buttons will actually have a designation of what they're gonna do. There's a reflection of Cameron. Say hi.
No, babe.
No. But the buttons will have
Babe, stop it.
something,
Mama. Bloody.
so it'll actually show you what the button's function is on that screen, on the, I guess, the little view screen, which is a nice feature over the Matco camera. I do intend on getting dash cams that are either going to have 2 cameras for the 1 unit, so it's kind of a split screen deal, and you can put the second camera either on the back window for viewing what's behind you, or you can put it on the windshield facing the passengers. Instead of having 2 cameras, it'll be, or I guess instead of 2 separate cameras, it'll be 1 camera with a split screen. So you can do driving and commentary, or have a conversation or something like that, and it's all on 1 screen. But the future cameras, when I feel like spending some more money, are actually going to have at least 1 camera per vehicle with speed GPS being recorded. That way, if I do get pulled over and I'm told I was speeding, I can say, look, I've got a camera and it records the speed, so if you wanna go over it with me, I'll prove it that I wasn't speeding. So that's kind of a, tickets can be $200-300 or more, so you'll spend less than that on 1 camera. So it seems to me at today's day and age, it's well worth the extra cost of the 1 camera. Plus, if there's really weird or cool stuff that you encounter while driving, or idiot-ass drivers, you can always pull that little clip out and and watch it again later, or show other people. Are you helping? What's going on? Helping!
Happy.
I'm way overdue for a shave. It's like a week and a half, which to anyone else would be like a day. Alright guys, thanks.